Hey guys, it's Lisa T. Welcome to my channel. This is for all my Taurus people whose birthdays are actually coming up. So hey, happy pre-birthday for you. What I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be using one of my favorite decks that I just recently got called Tarot Mucho. Check that out. Yeah. One of my favorite decks. I love to collect them. And I feel that they really express different things. Even though there's base meanings to all the tarot cards, you know, different writers will express it differently, which I love. So what I'm going to do for my Taurus people, I'm going to use the Tarot Mucha. So let's see what's going on for you guys for April 1st through the 15th. All right, Taurus. Okay. So I see that you guys are coming out of decisions. Feel like you're really going forward with stuff. With the Knight of Wands, you're like, I got to start following my passion. You know, I'm no longer going to be in this position where I'm feeling where I can't trust things, where I don't really know where things are, any kind of mystery, anything like that. I feel like you're done thinking about the mysteries. You're more into forging ahead on your path, right? And you're really concerned about, you know, what you've learned from the past with the Six of Cups. You know, you have really been inspired by things that you've gone through in the past. And this is in a good way. You know, perhaps looking at old childhood patterns that were actually happy to you, getting back to your happy place of feeling like you can actually play again. What did you love to do when you were a child? What brought you joy and passion back then? I feel like that's why you're going to be reflecting on the Six of Cups, the past, to be able to figure out what's going to bring you joy in the future. Now, I am seeing with the Two of Swords here that you kind of have a split mentality. And I feel like what this has to do with is, you know, it concerns the dilemma of logic and stability versus creativity and passion. And again, like I feel like many of you are going to be stuck in thinking that you have to stay in a particular job because it pays the bills, it's stable, it gives you insurance, you know, but there's going to be this drive, this split in you where you're like, but I don't have any passion towards it. I'm not feeling like, you know, I'm charging towards anything. I feel like I'm just kind of stumbling along in familiarity. And I feel like a lot of you are bored. Yeah, see, a lot of people are staying stuck in these jobs that they're not happy with because they're afraid of losing the stability of the money. You know, we've been taught since we were kids that, you know, work is not supposed to be something that we enjoy. This is supposed to be something that pays the bill. You get up, you go to work, you pay the bills, and you come home and you're miserable. You spend all your money on a yearly vacation. And I feel like a lot of people are awakening universally where they're like, I don't want to just do this for the rest of my life. I don't know if I want to work 40 hours a week for the rest of my life. I feel like what I want to do is follow something that brings me joy and passion. So there's that two again. So I feel like a lot of you are split between two different things. So my suggestion there would be, is there a way that you can combine the two? You know, or is it going to have to be an either or situation? Now here with the King of Swords, this is saying that, you know, they want you to use logic. And when I say they, I mean universe, your guides. They want you to use logic with things, but not too much, because the thing about the King of Swords is that when he gets in his head and he gets stuck there, he can't communicate well. He can't really make anything happen because he's so stuck in the head. Oh, okay. Again, a lot of choices. Here's the Lover's card for you, okay? But this is also about decisions and choices. Let's just look a little bit deeper to see if this may have something to do with actual love, though. Right. Yeah, see, I feel like a lot of you are coming out of old relationships as well. Old patterns with relationships where maybe you stayed with somebody out of familiarity. You stayed with somebody for the financial stability. And I'm feeling like, honestly, you guys are just bored. You guys are just bored. And you're not really taking a look at perhaps a lot of gifts that are being offered to you at this point because you can't see past what's right in front of you. Okay, can't see the forest for the trees, so to speak. A lot of you may be in a marriage or a job situation where they're not letting go of you. Perhaps a job or a partner makes you feel guilty for even thinking about your happiness, right? But you're going to make a move. You're going to make a move, Taurus. This is telling me, this is the Chariot card, all right? This is telling me that you're sick of remaining stagnant. You're sick of being in a place where you don't feel any passion anymore. That's why you got all these wands to start off with. You're like, I'm ready to charge. I'm ready to feel some passion. I'm ready to follow something that's creative and that's colorful and that's vibrant again. Because you are coming out of a time when you were bored. And a lot of you have waken up and you're like, I'm not happy with my life. What am I going to do? Okay, so I'm in this dead-end job. Yeah, I got a 401k. Yeah, it pays me insurance, blah, blah, blah. But is that enough? You know, is that enough for you? And I feel like that's what you're starting to think for yourself is like, I don't know if this is enough for me. In the future, I see, you know, for the first half of April through the 15th, you are going to be celebrating. And I feel like what this has to do with is you being with your friends and loved ones and really feeling that joy and wanting that to extend to all aspects of your life. But you don't trust. You don't trust something that is not tangible, that you can't, you know, put your hands on. And I feel like that's kind of your downfall. And what the Eight of Swords says is that you don't trust. You can't see past what's right in front of you. This is a choice, guys. This is about you choosing whether or not you want to remain stagnant and unhappy, or if you want to take a leap of faith and follow and charge in like the Knight of Wands would. You have a lot of options here, a lot of options coming out that way. And I feel like that has to do with the work stuff, but also with love. I feel like, you know, some of you, I'm getting a scenario that some of you are thinking about divorce, okay? And I feel like, you know, some people are afraid of leaving that because that means that they'll have to fend for themselves. Or if you guys have kids, that, you know, that's going to cause a lot of drama, which may be so. But another thing you need to ask yourself is, do I want to feel again? Or do I want to remain this zombie that's not feeling anything at all, that's just muddling through my day? And I feel like you've been fighting this for the past year, is what I'm getting for a lot of you. And I feel like what's going to happen is that you're starting to awaken. As it starts to get warmer, as it starts to come in bloom, everything starts to come alive, you're going to start doing that as well internally. And you're going to start wanting to focus on what brings you that passion, what brings you that drive. Yeah. Yay. All right. Taking action with what you want to do. You guys have a lot of wands here, okay? What that means is that this is a choice for you to follow what brings you life again. A lot of you want to live again. And so what that means is that you're going to have to start facing these epiphanies, these new feelings that maybe you do want to change. Maybe you do want something that, you know, is very different than what you're used to. Maybe you're ready to step out of your mind and all the confines that our brain gives to us, right? Because that's what's been instilled in us since we were little, like we talked about earlier. But I feel like you're starting to want to take action towards something that makes you feel. Oh, this is a great card. And I think I'm going to leave it off at this because this is perfect. This is the Fool card, okay? Going forward fearlessly. Choosing adventure over stability. Okay, now this doesn't mean I want you to quit your job without having a plan or, you know, up and leave your mate, you know, without any kind of like plans. That's not what I mean. But what I do want you to start doing is considering what makes you feel joy again. And if it's not that job and it's not that mate and there's no way to alter those things so that you can start to feel alive again, then it's time for you to make some decisions for yourself. I do feel like you're split for the first couple of weeks of April, but this will be a good time for you to sit down, do a pros and cons list on things, really ruminate what happened when you were a child, what brought you joy back then. And I feel like that's going to start leading you down the right pathway to figure out what you want to do. Okay? Taurus, you guys are ones that always move forward ahead. You know, you can be stubborn sometimes, but this is your life. Do you really want to be stubborn with remaining stagnant? I don't think you guys do. Not from what I'm seeing here. So passion's coming alive. Be prepared for it. I hope this was helpful, Taurus. You know, if you're looking for an individual reading, you want me to delve into your situation closer, you let me know. You contact me at the email address below. And I will definitely see you guys again near the 15th. Okay? Happy first part of April. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.